Welcome everyone, Andy here at ADMR 1985. I hope you're having a good day, evening, wherever you are. Thank you for joining, and if you haven't seen part 1 and 2, please go over to my channel, look at my latest 2 uploads, or the playlist that I've been doing for this, to keep up to date with the tutorial so far. One thing I would like to quickly mention before I get into the video is if you could come over to my channel and go on the community tab. I think you can do this on your phone as well as a desktop computer, and I've done a question there, so if you could just read that please, and vote. I'd really appreciate that. It'll only take a second of your time, so I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Oh, and a shout out to Essex2112 for doing the first like on my part 2 video. Thank you. Right, let's get on with the video. Okay, so we left it off last time at this stage. I'm just going to rewatch it back, where it faded in with the sort of quite nice music here. It's quite nice and soft, like a point of view panning out. I think it was a boomerang actually, looking out towards the sunset. Quite like that. Just leave that as it is. Okay, so that's a little bit too long, but then the music, I think. Okay, so what I'm thinking is we could and then when that little kick kicks in, let's do a little jump again. Let's see. You see. Yeah, so it's around there. Let's jump it again. Like I said, I'm not, it's not about just pleasing everyone. I just kind of like to do something a little bit different with this. And then, right, so we could do a huge look, speed ramp up to that. Oh, maybe, let me see what the music's like. Okay, so we want that much at the end, so let's speed ram it to about here. Wait, let me think about this. Is this right? So Shift B. I'm trying to think how I do this now. Forgotten. No, this is right. Oh, let's just see. Oh, a minute. I'm gonna have to let that render. I hope while you're watching this, everyone has got themselves a drink ready. Let's see. Okay, no. So that wasn't the desired effect I wanted. So I think I need to cut there. Let's see again. Shift B there. I think that's right. Now fast 20. I think that's right, but it's not quite. It's a bit too fast. It's not going to go to the music. Let's see. Yeah, so a little bit too long. So Let's try 1500. No. I think I did that a bit too much. Music. About there. Now let's try that. Fast 200. Ooh, that could be right. Let's try that. Let's just let that render. So thank you to everyone who has been watching these tutorials. Please let me know in the comments below, you know, if this is something that you enjoyed watching, because I hope I'm not wasting both my time and your time by creating these tutorials on the channel. So please let me know in the comments below. I'm wondering if to do that even faster. Come on, video. Ah, I hate when it does this. Right. Yeah. And maybe there. Let's just try that. Oh, I didn't let it render. Okay, now let's try it. So now I've got to look at what footage I've got. Okay, so that's just high up. I feel like I've kind of got that. Cool. And then that's coming back down to me. So I've got some fast-paced stuff coming up soon. So I think, let's see. So I don't think that clip. I think that clip can finish about on that beat. Let's see. So that's moving. I don't think I'm going to need that clip. I'm going to delete that one. Just looking through the footage I've got. That is a nice shot there. So let's see. Maybe delete that there. Don't think I really need that. Okay, so this is where now I think coming back down. Why do I need that one? Because I do like this shot here. Yeah, I reckon. Wait a minute. Maybe I might jump it back again. Let's see. I'm cut that there. Quite like it going to the beat. I think that could go more. So actually that shot was further, so let's cut it back a bit more. A bit more of a dramatic jump. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if I need that scene. I'm going to drag that away, put it to the end. I don't think I'm going to bother using it. Oops. This is quite a nice shot. Although you can't quite see what it is there, so I'm thinking that's a bit there. Let's jump it forward. See? Just let it finish rendering a little bit. Really appreciate your support. If you're new to my channel, please feel free to subscribe. I do quite a lot of editing tutorials and a lot of drone content. So if you're interested in that, please go ahead and subscribe. So I'm going to jump again on that one. Let's see. Guess we don't need that. Maybe that could reveal on a beat. Let's see. Okay, now it's where it needs to go. A bit more. What I want is I want the sun to come on the beat. On the beat. Tiny bit less. Yeah. Delete that. This seems to have gone a lot quicker than the other one. Seem to have had a lot of problems with the start of the video. So that's the pulling away. They're kind of my last shots. So actually maybe going into this one is a good idea. Keep deleting it there. Quite like that left long because it's a nice scene. I quite like that. It's just nice and low to the ground, going up to the reveal. Now I think that was going to be my final shot. So I want a pull back one. That's a nice shot. That one was not as good. Deleting that. Okay, so I think I might have this here. I think I've got it, guys. So now I want to do like a cool zoom out and then into the next shot. Because I think that was going to be my thumbnail. That was just a quirky sort of little planet thing, which I'm not sure I'm going to use. I can see I don't need that. I didn't really use that one. And I don't need that. Right, I feel like I should be able to wrap up the main lot of this edit now in part 3. And then it gets onto the good stuff. And then sort of a zoom effect there. Right, so yeah, come on. So I always forget what I do here. So I think I need to, when does the beat come in? So about here. So let's do it about there. I want quite a dramatic jump. So fast 200. I think that's right. That maybe a little bit less. I should be able to drag that. Yeah, because I'm going to do, I think, a slight smooth zoom out, zoom in effect. So let's get my transitions opened. Know which one I'm going to use. If you YouTube this or Google it, you'll probably find it for free because I did this smooth zoom out tool. So let me just see this. Yep. But then I want this to kind of zoom in very fast. And this is going to be my long finishing scene. Maybe to about there. Oops. Shift and B. Let's go fast. Oops. Not 8 times. Maybe 8 times is okay. But I'm thinking no, let's do the full 20. Make it a little bit more dramatic. Whilst this is finishing rendering, as I mentioned before, if you can come over to my channel, if I could speak properly, on both phones and desktop, if you could please click on the community tab and take the vote that I've posted up there. I'm just trying to see how I want to progress with the channel, because I'm finding some videos I'm getting a lot of views, some I aren't, and at first I think, okay, that means people are just interested in that. But interestingly, when I'm getting the poll, it seems like the majority of people are liking my editing tutorials. But funnily enough, on these videos, I've not been getting many views or interaction at all. So this is why I want to do this, because I actually want to see if my subscribers are subscribed for what reason. So it's very useful for both me and for yourself. So please do that. Okay, so let's check this out again. Now I know that doesn't go quite on the beat. Let's just see again. No, it didn't. So I can probably drag that back over. But then what I want to do is I want to do this smooth zoom in tool. Let's just see if that works. I wanted to do it kind of as a little like on the beat, kind of goes beat, like kind of thump. So it zooms out and back in again to the final shot. Whether or not it's going to create the desired effect, I don't know, but hopefully it does. Okay, so it's a little bit too fast, that. Let's see again. I'm impatient, gotta let it render. Okay. Okay, so it didn't quite do it on the beat. No, so it needs to be a little bit closer in. Okay, let that render, and I'm going to try that again. It's kind of a strange looking effect. It actually looks like it glitches a little bit. But again, you know, I like to try things a little bit differently than just purely cross dissolve and cut. Sometimes I do like to just use cross dissolve. It's probably quite an underrated, very simple transition because it does create a really nice effect. But this is something a bit different. Okay, so then the way it comes out isn't fast enough to me. So I just have to do this for some reason. So I think I'm going to want that a little bit faster. Let's just try that. So let that render as well. If it would render. If not, Control and R. There we go. Don't know why I had to prompt it then, but I did. Oh, and I've got to render this section as well. Control R, because there's a little bit there. Okay, there we go. I feel like it does just take a little bit too long. So actually, that bit I think could be even faster. Let's try 3,000. Okay, so that one and that one, Control R. I feel like it's nearly there, but this is just not quite right. As I've mentioned before, I have done a tutorial on speed ramps. That's a little bit better. Just try and watch that again. And that'll just fade. Right. So, what I want to do at the end of this is to put a solid at the end, which I did at the very beginning as well. I'm going to do a slow fading out, and it's this fade to color. Just put create transition. It's because there wasn't much left at the end, but that's fine because we don't need that much. Drag it over, and we want this to be quite long. It could even be, yeah, that long. Increase the midpoint and reduce the hold, which means it takes longer to fade into the black. And at the end of this, what I'm going to do is put my end of credits. I might look at tweaking the end of credits at some point because I'm not sure if I'm that happy with how it looks, but it's just a functional thing really. Now I know some of this has been helpful to you, these tutorials, because I've had some nice private emails, and I'm really happy that, you know, it has made people, it's given you a little bit of inspiration to do your own editing. You know, this is a big reason of why I do this. And I know I've not got many views, but at least I have had some nice messages, as I've said. So in all honesty, that's what's important, and that's what I need to look at. That I am helping. Even if it's just one person, one of my subscribers out there, I am helping. So this is like an individual tutorial possibly to you, and you know who you are if you are watching this. I think that still needs to... Oh, the beat just comes in a little bit too early. Darn it. I think that needs to be faster. Oh, wow. Okay. Something like that. Hopefully that does the trick. It just felt like the beat came in just before the visual sort of beat, and I wasn't happy with that. I want the transition for the beat should be as it's entered the new scene. Okay, let's try it. Yeah, I think that was better. Let me just check that. That's better. That's definitely better. I like that shot. Okay, now I think that can actually be shorter. I think I might do it so it's... So that music comes in about there. Probably doesn't need to be quite that long actually, maybe about 5 seconds will do. Come in there. And then go over to my document. I don't think I've already put it in here. Oh, end of... Oh no, that's the song. Go to my documents. Where's my end credits? End credits, end credits, end credits. Let's drag that in. Close that. And we're going to put that in at the end there. Now I'm just keeping this on here because what I'm going to do is, the reason I've left this clip is I'm going to do a like a single frame cut of that, but what I want to do is I want to have a look at how the rest of the whole video is going to look with the color correction, any vignettes, etc. And then I match that for the thumbnail, but then what I'll do is I'll edit that in Photoshop to maybe give it a bit more of a boost, so it gets people more enticed into what the video is about. So maybe a little sun flare there or something like that. But I'll go in more into depth in the thumbnail when I do a separate tutorial. I think that'd be quite nice to do because it does seem that everyone does like an editing tutorial. So while I'm making my thumbnail, why don't I talk about how I make my thumbnail? Interestingly, if you look at the video now, it is finishing at the 2.5 minute mark. And if you remember, even after editing all the rubbish from the video, I think I had about 7.5 minutes. So it shows you how much you do cull. So I'm just going to watch that end bit again. I do like that. So you're panning over me quite close, sun directly in the centre ahead. There. So the music is dying and the shot is dying away. Yeah, like that. I actually might leave that going a little bit longer. And that's it. Now I think someone mentioned about using this as... That would make quite a nice end shot, wouldn't it? With that music. Oh. The issue I have with it, now don't get me wrong, I think it was a very good suggestion to do that, but I wish I knew the outcome of it before I did this, because as you can see the center of it now I could do a color correction edit just in the center, but the problem is that's not gonna... Oh, I don't know. Now I wonder if I fade. Okay, if anyone's watching this, before I end this video, I've got 2 ideas of how to do the end. I'm thinking, do I end it as I have done, and I could use this kind of feature again in the future? Now I know it's very dark, but I'm sure I might be able to improve that a little bit. Or, so do I keep this as it is, it ended with the music, or when it hits kind of this point there, so I know that's kind of saved, I can always edit undo this, but what would it be like if we actually reduced this, dragged this over, and we put this at the end? Let's just see. Okay, so wait a minute. There, it starts about there. Let's try that. I do quite like that, actually. Do you know what? Let me drag that over a little bit more. Maybe I don't need the fade. Let's see. I do quite like that, actually. I might be able to tweak it. Let's just see again. It's just a shame that it doesn't quite go with the music. Unless I don't need that. Maybe I could get rid of that. Let's see. That is quite cool. Let's try that again. I quite like that. I've never done it before. It's a little bit different. And it was suggested. Let's just see what happens if I do a very, very quick color correction on that. Exposure. I'm actually going to have to do the opposite of what I normally do and up it a little bit. Increase the brightness a little bit. Yeah, that's... Do I mess with the colours? I don't know if I do need to mess with the colours. I might just slightly boost the colour a little bit in saturation. And I think that could be the end of the video. I'll say the end of the video, the end of the sort of main edit anyway. So I'm just going to watch that last. Actually, let's watch back to the bit we have done today. So we ended on this, so I'm going to replay from this point. Now I'm looking at that, and I'm wondering if that comes in too early. No, that's quite cool. Do you know what? I actually think there's not enough of a jump. I think we need to do more of a drastic jump here. That is not enough. Right, we're going to have to extend that. That's better. Yeah. Okay, so now we increase that. Look at the last scene on the left, and the one on the right is the jump. I want it to be a bit more central. Okay. Yeah, it's better. Didn't quite go on the beat, that did it? So now we need to jump that up. Should be back on the beat. These are kind of little fine tweaks, but I'll probably find I potentially will even be doing more fine tweaks as I keep going. I really do like that shot. I like it. I think I wouldn't say I love it. I think I've done better before. I will be honest. But maybe I'm editing a little bit different, knowing that you're watching. I'm not sure, but I am happy with it. I know I just had a lot of trouble this first half. I just couldn't get it to work. But I've done quite a few different things in this edit, which I think is quite good. So maybe normally I wouldn't mix so much together, because I do like to keep a sort of feel. Now I think the feel of what I've done with this is because of the music, and you've got those thumps, those thuds. I've edited to those thuds and thumps. So whether that's just a simple transition change or a speed ramp, or I've kept doing little stop starts, so it kind of jumps, little jolts. So it's always been on that beat, quite a dramatic beat. It's not like sort of smooth and soft music where maybe I'll use like just a pure simple cross transition. So I have done something a little bit different, which is probably quite a good thing, because in a way this is like a creative piece, in the way that it's an editing tutorial, so it's showing you how I edit, and I suppose multiple aspects of how I edit. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the video here. So we've done all the bulk of the work, as I would sort of think of it and look at it. We've done from start to finish. It's all edited music, which is the hardest bit. Then my next stage, and I've tried something a little bit different, even with this I would not normally end like this, but why not? Someone suggested it, so this is part of us all editing this together. So the next thing I'm going to do with the edit is to do all the color correction, probably add like a letterbox effect, maybe a bit of a vignette, these sort of things to bring the video a bit more to life, and also to sort out the issue we have of scenes like these being very rich and dark, because I think it filmed these sections in H.264, whereas then you've got sections like this, which were in H.265. And we had quite a lot of these, like these shots, they do look a lot more pale and that's just because I've got more room to edit all the colours because of the high dynamic range, the 10-bit colour range. So that's going to be a bit of a task. I've not had to really do that before, where this is kind of looks like it's actually already been edited, whereas this doesn't. So that's going to be a little bit of a task, and we're going to cover that, I think, in part 4. So I'm quite happy with the outcome for part 3 of this episode. I feel like this section has come to an end, and we've done what sort of looking. The goal was to sort of finish this for part 3 and get onto the good stuff. So I'm jabbering. You're probably sick of hearing me talk, and that's probably because you've been skipping a lot of this video. Hopefully not. You know, hopefully you do watch it and learn and also listen to what I'm saying, and we can get some interaction going, because that's what's really important for me. Is, you know, with me being a small YouTuber, you know, I do get to actually talk and reply to all your comments compared to people who even just have, you know, a few thousand subscribers or 10,000 subscribers and above. I find that when I comment on their videos, I do not get a comment back, which I look at as being rude, and I'm just a nobody. I am just a number. With myself, I don't ever think I'm going to get like that, and I don't want to get like that. Don't get me wrong, I wish I had more support, but it's just because I want more comments, I want more interaction with everyone. But I think that's an advantage of myself being a small YouTuber. Being subscribed to me is, you know, if you do comment, I will reply. It might not be straight away, it could be the next day, but that is something I can be very certain of. Even if you look through all of my videos, you will see I comment on everyone's videos. And I think that's really, really important, because otherwise I think it is quite rude, and you just don't feel like you're part of the channel. So thank you everyone who is subscribed, and if you are new to my channel, after I've just said all of that, please feel free to subscribe and hit the bell icon to keep up to date with future videos, and especially click that bell icon to keep up to date with it. Oh, you know, I just realised I think I left my OBS too big. It's too late now. Let me just check. Oh no, I left myself too big. I'm gonna have to see. I'm wondering now if I reduce it smaller. Normally I've been smaller. Oh, what an idiot. Hopefully it's not been too much of a hindrance, because I know I've been covering up the bottom left of the screen. I'm gonna have to watch that back and see that I haven't. But can't believe I only noticed that right at the end of the video. What a dough moment. Homer Simpson dough moment. Oh well, you've been able to look at my face the whole time. I better leave it there, guys. Thanks as always. If you have liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, and click the subscribe button. And make sure to comment. Always make sure to comment. Really appreciate that. Thanks everyone. Have a good day, a good evening, a good night, wherever you are. Thanks a lot, and see you again for part 4. Bye.